It's stuck in by the handle. It's stuck in by the handle.
I'm going to show you lot how to throw some knives. Right then, safety first. The main risk to your safety when it comes to knife throwing is that knives can potentially bounce back towards you. The safest mindset for you to be in when it comes to throwing knives is that it shouldn't be a matter of if it bounces back, it should be a matter of when it bounces back. Knives can bounce back as hard as you throw them. The main reason the knives will ever bounce back towards someone is usually because they are throwing them too hard. You don't need to throw your knives too hard to get these stuck into a target. If you are with other people when you're knife throwing, the best thing to do when a knife does indeed bounce back is firstly to warn them. Shout quickly, shout loudly, and get yourself the hell out of the way. No heroics, no funny business. If a knife is bouncing back towards someone you care about, do not jump in the way and nobly sacrifice yourself. If a knife is bouncing back towards yourself and you're in the company of someone you don't particularly care about, do not put them in the way of it either. And no matter what you try and do, and no matter what I might do, don't try and catch it. Ideally, you don't want to use anything that is too sharp or too light. Light means that it's going to be bouncy, and sharp means that it's going to get messy. Burrs are basically metal splinters, and when freshly made, they are razor sharp. That's going to ruin your afternoon if you throw it with a burr on. If you hear metal hitting metal throughout your knife throwing escapades, I would thoroughly recommend giving them a once over before you give them another chug. There is a bunch of different ways that people will show you how to throw knives. I like to throw the old-fashioned way, a rotational throw. Hold the knife with a 90-degree angle like this, closed fist at the bottom of the handle, or you can do what I prefer to do, which is sort of holding it kind of like how you would with a little pencil. Either way you handle your knife is totally fine. What is important is that you are consistent and also, of course, comfortable. You want to hold it consistently because unlike axes or shurikens, knives only have one point they're going to stick into your target. The first time you throw a knife and you hold it like this, and the next time you throw it holding it like this, you're going to have varying degrees of success or failure. When it comes to throwing your knife, the motion you want to do, still holding it with that 90-degree angle, big swing up, show off your pit stain, and then chop it down and let it fly. What I tell the kids to get this right is to do what I call the Lego man swing. Some of you might find that helpful, some of you might find that ridiculous, others patronising. So the best way to approach knife throwing is to kind of treat it like a science experiment. What I tell people to do is start off at around 3 meters from your target, and then in a process of trial and error, you're going to make your way back until you find the spot that works best for you. Keep your knives on you, so then you're not going to have to lose your spot. Start off at about 3 meters. Throw your first knife. If it doesn't work, take a tiny step back. And keep repeating until you find the spot that works best for you. When you start sticking your knives into the targets, your handles are going to tell you a little bit more about where you need to be. If your handle points down, a bit too close, so take a tiny step back. If your handle's pointing upwards, a bit too far away, take a little step forwards. What you're looking for is this. If your knives start sticking in at this angle, that means you're doing it just right. And then, when you start getting a little bit more confident, you can start taking it back a little bit further and trying your luck. You can't win them all. When you get real confident, you can do shit like this. Like I said before, there's a bunch of different ways you can throw these knives. I'm not going to tell you that my way of throwing is the best way of throwing, because I have self-esteem problems.
Throw your first knife. Oh, okay. That wasn't supposed to happen. Jazz hands. Cheers, bye.